Okay, welcome. Happy Sunday afternoon. Rochelle and I were in Houston, Texas last week, so we weren't able to do this live on a Sunday afternoon, but welcome. Hope you enjoy this video. I want to talk to you today about my patriotism, my love for the United States of America. It seems that a couple of people who I don't know their intentions. I know that one is seeking office, running against me. His campaign manager is saying I'm not patriotic because, Rochelle, I removed the flag from the auditorium of the church that I pastored 15 years ago. I'm going to explain to you why I believe every church ought to consider that. However, I give liberty and freedom for any church to make their own decision. Rochelle, I'm going to ask you a question. Do I love the United States of America? Am I a patriot?
Absolutely. You're a patriot of patriots, in fact. Both of our grandfathers, all of our grandfathers fought in the Civil War. Wade's two grandfathers fought in the Battle of the Bulge. Wade is absolutely a patriot, loves his country, loves the Constitution, loves the principles that our country was founded on. There is absolutely no doubt with that.
Now, I don't think you have an Indian blood in you.
I don't.
Okay, but Native Americans call their great-great-grandfathers father or grandfather. They don't make any distinction. But it was technically our great-great-grandfathers fought at the Battle of Shiloh,
Right.
Civil War, and grandfathers in World War II.
Right.
And, I mean, I study military history. I love this country. But let me explain to you why the United States flag was not in the auditorium of the church that I pastored at my request. Are you ready for this? I asked for every flag of the world. In fact, I was raising money for all these flags to fly at my church. Why? Because my King, Jesus Christ, is King of every nation, not just one.
Yes.
And the problem is, if you think that Jesus is king over only the United States and not all the countries of the world, you end up with a nationalism for your religion rather than a worldview that Jesus has, as Revelation 7 verse 9, his people in every nation, every family, every language group of the world. This is important to me. You know, apologies to Leonardo DiCaprio. He is not king of the world. Jesus of Nazareth is king of the world. In Nazi Germany, late 1930s, early 1940s, German Christians were forced by the government to place the Nazi flag in places of Christian worship. In fact, this is an actual photograph of a Lutheran church where the Nazi flag was over the communion table. Now, why is that? Well, anytime the government begins to encroach upon your religion, anytime government leaders tell preachers what they can say, anytime a government like the United States of America closes the doors of churches and keeps the doors of bars and marijuana shops open, oh, we got a problem. we got a problem. Now, our king doesn't have a problem. Our king reigns over all the nations. In fact, he sits on his throne, and Psalm says he laughs at the national leaders who think they're powerful and wise. That's the king we serve. And where is his flag flying? In my heart. I close by sharing with you how I know the king is in residence within my heart. I do what the king says. We had a guy who was trying to break in. We have cameras and so on. What did I do? I followed the king. I came down, found out his name. Low. What did I do? Gave him some money. What? You didn't call the police? No. I turned the other cheek. That's what my king told me to do. I give without expecting anything in return. But now listen, if I were a law enforcement officer, or are you ready for this now? A congressman, okay? My role is different. The best leaders in the world are followers of the King of Kings, who are in government, in the military, in police departments, and so on, because they're compassionate, generous, honest people. But government was established for a different purpose than the Church of Jesus Christ. And in this government we call the United States of America, we the people include Jews, Buddhists, Muslims, Christians, pagans, and so on. What's the law for all of us? The law for all of us is this: don't tread on another person. Don't encroach on their property. Don't do that. And the sad thing is, sometimes governments begin doing that. And that's why I'm running for Congress. I'm going to keep the federal government out of your church, out of your business, out of your backyard, out of your bank account, and out of your body. And I'm going to reestablish what our founders understood made good government: freedom, liberty, liberty of expression, liberty of assembly, liberty of life in every area, liberty of religion, liberty of the press. We've lost it. But that's okay. The King of Kings is still on his throne, and he's at work. I hope you understand why I'll never denigrate the kingdom of Jesus Christ by acting as if he's just the king of one country. He's the king of all countries. And I would encourage churches to fly the flags of every country, because we serve the King over all nations. Like BurlesonForCongress.com. Follow us. Tell others about Wade Burleson. June 28th is when the primary is, and I'm fighting for you, your kids, your grandkids, and for the liberty of this great nation. God bless you. See you next week.